What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Don Shass back with another video. They reacting to Dhar Mann is in huge trouble by Penguins, aka Moist Critical. Please show a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Road to 300 subscribers. Let's get right into it. Go subscribe to him as well. Like I said, we've been reacting to him a lot lately, I feel like. But I don't know. I feel like we have, though. But Dhar Mann is in big trouble. Wonder what did he do? Anyway, let's get right into the video.
I have some wacky news for you today. This is going to absolutely floor you with shock. It involves our beloved Dhar Mann. I'm sure all of you know Dhar Mann. He has his own little extended universe, the DMCU, the Dhar Mann Cinematic Universe. Even if you've never subjected yourself to the torture of watching a Dhar Mann video, I'm confident you've at least...
The torture is crazy, because I don't even think his videos be that bad. I mean, granted, his videos are mostly made for a younger crowd, which honestly, if we being honest, going for the younger crowd is the best type of crowd to go for, because like then they are diehard fans. But I don't feel like his videos was torture to watch. Some of them had some interesting plots, but a lot of them, I mean, they were cool.
Or seen them, because he pioneered an entire genre of telling the most basic stories and teaching the most basic lessons you learned as an 8-year-old. It was my guilty
but the
pleasure
way he but the way he execute the stories, like, I mean, granted, yeah, this most of the times it's like guy gets cheated on, girlfriend instantly regret it because he finds someone better than her, and she's end up somewhere single. Yeah, the stories themselves, the plots themselves are basic, but I guess it's the way that he execute the storyline behind a lot of his videos. Manager fires employee, lives to regret it because the employee gets this huge business idea and just start grinding, because them getting fired was the push that they needed, and they surpassed the boss that fired them. I mean, granted, yeah, basic videos, but like I said, the plot, based off what I'm saying, the videos sound basic, but the way he would execute those videos, I would like a lot of them.
Because I was so confused by their existence and their popularity. These things have like 50 million views sometimes, and it's literally things like be nice, don't be mean, don't cheat, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, it feels like he's making these things as like this repository of human emotion to teach to aliens that are trying to study us. It's crazy, and what's crazier is how popular they were. And the titles, they legitimately were a massive smashing success that other channels have emulated. Things like Tall Girl Dumps Short Guy and Lives to Regret It, Man Cheats on Wife, Lives to Regret It, Employee Spits in Boss's Burrito, Lives to Regret It, or Kid Tries to Cheat on Math Test, What Happens Next is Shocking. Woman works 3 jobs to put food on the table for her kids, What Happens Next is Shocking. That kind of thing. Dhar Mann started that. And he's also the one who always
originated his own genre. And so it's like, if somebody else comes along and do that, you know where they got the idea from.
Is that they're not just telling stories, they're changing lives. But this week, a lot of allegations came out against Dhar Mann, and it seems like they're not just telling stories, they're changing the lives of their actors in a much worse way. According to a lot of beloved actors that I know and love, such as Steve, our boy Steve, I've made a lot of content around Dhar Mann, and Steve's been one of my favorites. He has corroborated a lot of these claims that they just don't get paid, like, at all. He says that the majority of the actors can't even afford rent when they're...
This is the thing, too. A lot of these, if this is true, it's not like this dude. I mean, a lot of people might say he has this big studio of people. So how is everybody gonna? I don't know. I'm trying to find, like, cause some weird way I could picture people trying to, cause Dhar Mann had a big fan base. So I'm trying to picture in my mind people justifying it. You got this big studio of people. You really think everybody's gonna be making 100K? 200K, 6 figures, close to 6 figures a year, and him himself still be a millionaire or whatever he is? But I do feel like Darman uses a lot of the same actors in his videos. Granted, here and there you might see somebody different, but for the most part, it's usually the same people. So if this is true, this is also crazy.
By Darman Studios. So it's a pretty big deal.
Essentially, as an actor at Darman Studios, I am just a contract player. I have no employment there. I am just sort of called every now and then, as are all the other actors. And it just is not sustainable. One of the main issues is that not a single actor that works at Darman Studios can afford rent.
Hearing shit like that absolutely blows my mind because every single actor in the Darman
and then
cinematic
he's this
universe,
guy that's always pushing a positive message. Like you make videos talking about bad work environments, but you yourself is producing a bad work environment. That's why I say beware of these fake positive people on the internet, because a lot of them be some of the biggest phonies out there. So I'm not saying Darman is a phony, because we gotta. Did he say anything on the matter yet on all of this? Because I kind of want to analyze both sides, but if this is all true, this is crazy.
Like 1,000 roles. Like Steve, his name's not Steve, but he'll always be Steve to me, damn it. His real name is Colin. Colin accounts for probably like 40% of total screen time in Darman's videos.
You might
and he's
say
not
he
getting
looked
paid
very
enough to afford rent. That's outrageous. And I went into the comments because I wanted to see what people were saying about all of this. And usually when you go into the comments, you expect to see some absolutely wild shit. Like, Darman's a bad guy. He showed me his butthole in one of my dreams once. Or you'll find jokes like one of the top comments was, the PS5s changed Darman, which made me giggle. It's talking about Darman's obsession with giving away PS5s.
Oh, yeah,
in videos.
he does say that.
But then one comment made an extremely good point that's pretty alarming to think about. A lot of the actors in Darman's videos are children, and if he's this comfortable exploiting industry veterans like Colin has been in Better Call Saul, had minor roles in other huge productions. He has been in the industry for a long time outside of the Darman Studios universe. If Darman's exploiting people like Colin and other adult actors with horrible pay, is he even paying the children at all?
Yeah,
I have to wonder. Like, I can only imagine how messy that could potentially be. Like, does he just like write clout into their contracts? Like, hey, Junior, I'm making my 38th video
like
on...
for a kid, that'd be something like, cause like being like how back in the day you will always hear that like a portion of kids that love basketball. I want to go to the NBA one day. I want to go to the NFL one day. I want to do this. And like the teachers would always say, you know, like they wouldn't really say nothing, but you could kind of tell. It would make the teachers kind of cringe. Like, is this really realistic? But YouTube is also something that's becoming realistic for one. But it's just like, it's hard work. But like a lot of people don't understand it. So it's like this Darman opportunity could be the chance of me chasing my dream. Or this said YouTuber with a lot of clout. If I'm the funny guy in the video, people gonna dig my personality and subscribe to me as well. So it's like it's very interesting.
Judging a book by its cover, I need you to play the principal role. I'll give you 1,000 exposure dollars. My YouTube channel has 17.8 million subs. This is going to be great for your Instagram and your TikTok, so just sign here. No, you're not getting pay. I mean, I can give you like some sticks of gum, but that's about it. It's very concerning because if all of these allegations are true, and every single actor I've seen in the Darman cinematic universe has come out corroborating each other, and they are out there protesting right now outside of Darman Studios, if all of those are true, it's very worrying to think about if he's also doing the same to the children actors in his content.
Yeah, because
those kids are not industry veterans, and their parents likely aren't familiar with the industry either. They might not know what fair pay is, or if
I'm about to say they probably think a lot of it is normal.
There's just so much messiness to all of that could potentially be going on if all of the allegations are true. One of his big lessons is what happens in the dark always comes to the light. And goddamn is Darman learning that one right now. I saw that comment across every TikTok ever referring to this situation. Like, Darman is getting dunked on with his own lessons. He even made a video kind of about this same thing, such as mean boss mistreating employees and lives to regret it. Darman is in that stage right now because all of his employees...
And 12 million views on the video. I'm pretty sure... And all his videos pulls in the millions. So it's like the excuse of him probably not having enough money for profit, it don't really apply to him. It doesn't.
Contractors, all of them are coming out to talk about how miserable it was when it comes to the pay, and Darman's complete refusal to even talk to them. He just dodges them at every possible opportunity, and apparently has even cultivated this culture where if you speak out against him, you get fired. So I'd like to go over all of these allegations with you and show you some of their TikToks and the protests that they're currently doing against Darman Studios.
Protest Darman. Hey,
Walk out with us. You get more money.
I know, bro. He makes up a good chunk of the videos too.
There's a ton of footage of their protest, and I recognize every single person in it. I also love the shirts some of them are wearing that says, "What happens next is shocking." That's just beautiful. Crazy. So, even though Darman appears to want to teach lessons of positivity to everyone else, it's rules for thee and not for me. According to pretty much every actor, they're all saying the same thing about his refusal to communicate, as well as his refusal to actually pay them like an actual good wage for their work, which is odd because he makes so much money off
That's
of
what
the
I was
content.
saying.
It's tens of millions, because when Darman makes a video, not only does it blow up on YouTube, getting at least
TikTok.
10 million views pretty much, but it's kind of like Ouroboros constantly eating its own ass here, because he'll take that same video that he made for YouTube and repackage it on every other platform, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere, to farm even more views for this crazy cycle of just getting maximum absorbency of views from everywhere. That's a ton
I didn't
of
know
money.
he was posting on
But even
everywhere,
aside from the
so.
money he's generating on the content itself, he was already an extremely successful and extremely wealthy businessman. He had a very successful cosmetic.
That's what I was
line, and
always
think
wondering
even before
too,
Darman
like,
Studios.
cause like for this studio thing, he had to already for this to have been a thing. He already had to have a big, large lump sum of money. So I always wonder what else did Darman do. So I kind of felt like that wasn't his only source of income. So yeah, this is crazy. It just gets worse.
Blew up for him, he was worth right around $50 million. This is a guy that could easily afford to pay his actors well, and I would have expected him to do that, because I always got the impression that he was just like a genuinely good guy.
That's what I always thought too.
Positive messages. But according to all the actors, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is extremely sad, and I feel terrible for all the actors in this situation, because it really did play out like a Darman video. Aspiring up-and-coming actors thought they had landed a great gig with a great guy. What happens next will shock you.
We are protesting why we are out there right now. We've been talking to a lot of actors. It's the same, everybody feels the same across the board. The trouble is, there's a culture at the studio of if you talk, you're out.
It seems the moral mastermind Darman is ruling his company with an iron fist of fear, where if people speak out against him, I guess they're fired, at least according to the actors. I'm only showing you Colin's statement here, but there are so many others. You can find all of it by just looking up the Darman protests. All of the main actors that you're used to seeing in Darman's videos have come out against him. And they're not being greedy, by the way. Like, all of them are just saying, we just want, like,
enough to live,
decent pay for the work. Like, all of them are proud of the work they've done with Darman. Colin concludes the video by talking about how much all of it has meant to him. But if they can't afford rent,
I'm about to say, if you can't afford to live,
they're not looking to be paid fucking 6 figures per production or anything. They're just looking for
which
fair
I thought,
pay
I
for
wouldn't
the
say I
work
thought
that
they was
they've
making
done.
6 figures, but I thought they was making, you know, average everyday money doing this. Because I'm like, Darman got a good thing going on over there. Because, like, I remember my little cousins was watching it on the way back from a family trip, and one of my older cousins was like, Darman, who is that? And I was telling him, like, oh, like he does like a lot of like kid-based content where like actors and life lessons and all that. He was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I'm like, he got a whole studio. Like, it's not like just like the, no offense, but the $50 production skits. It's like money, real money goes into that. It feels like you watched the episode of a TV show. That's what I was telling him. He was like, oh, dang. And then, so I was thinking, like, these actors that he be getting probably be making average, a livable, comfortable. Let's say comfortable. I won't say middle class. I'll say they're comfortable enough to live money. But they're not even making enough to pay rent. And I think he's in California. It's crazy to me.
And are continuing to do for you. And the least you can do is at least hear them out, go to a meeting. But Colin and all of the other actors talk about how Dhar continuously avoids talking to them. He refuses to actually sit down and have a conversation. I'll let Colin explain that situation.
So we decided to come together as a group and talk collectively with our boss, Dhar. We sent a letter to him, a hard copy and an email. The email was CC'd to the head of production as well, so that we made sure that Dhar got it, but it was addressed to Dhar. It was delivered to Dhar. We were contacted, said we could have a meeting to discuss our issues. That meeting was pushed several times, changed on us. When we finally got to the meeting, we had reiterated that we wanted it to be with Dhar. Dhar was not there. Following a couple days, reiterating again, we would like to speak specifically with Dhar. This is what the meeting is about. This is our boss. This is who we want to talk to. End of the week comes and goes. We learned Saturday there will not be a meeting.
Apparently Dhar couldn't even be bothered to attend the meeting after pushing it several times and eventually just shutting that shit down entirely and putting the kibosh on it. He has so little respect for his talent that he refuses to even acknowledge them or hear them out or face them.
I'm about to say, he
in
could at least
person.
hear them out and
He
give
just
his
hides behind emails and horrible pay, I suppose. At least according to all of the actors.
Yeah, I'm about to say, this story sounds
pretty
very
much all of
consistent.
them. I have yet to see any defense of Dhar, so we only have one side of the story. I'm very interested to hear his side of it because this is an overwhelming.
That's the thing. He's probably gonna ignore it because he knows he could dig himself possibly in a deeper hole, or he might come out and give some kind of side half apology. You know,
against him, and I really feel like what they're looking for is super reasonable. Talk to us. That's the only reason the protest is happening right now. The pay is obviously a huge problem, but the biggest issue is that he won't even talk to them to at least hear them out about the pay. So they don't even have that first step of getting the pay fixed, which is communication with the fucking guy who's decided their pay. So they just want to talk to him, but he won't let them. Which is why they're standing outside of the Dhar studios, ringing cowbells, blowing whistles, and letting everyone know how awful it's been. It is just wild to me that Dhar,
especially for this positivity,
absolute moral authority, the mega mind of morals, is this much of an asshole, apparently. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to talk about all of this and let everyone know what's going on with it. Pretty interesting situation. Hoping for the best for the actors that aren't getting paid well here. Hopefully that gets resolved. That's about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope all of this gets resolved, and I hope, hope that the actors get better pay and compensation for the things that they've been through. Anyway, please show like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Roll to 300 subscribers, and I'm out. Peace.